What's going on, guys? I through here, and welcome back to the next part on the city and stuff. So, yes, I know it took a bit of a break and stuff from the city, but it was because, like, I just wanted to take a break from it and stuff. So, not because of, like, something may think, it's mainly because it's been stressful and stuff. So, just to figure it all out and whatnot. So, I hope you guys can understand that, and this will be part number 11 on this making the city. Anyway, so, like, when I have those, I have the stone and whatnot. And I think what I might have done though is I might have did the wall a bit too close and stuff to the grid, but whatever though. According to the tutorial that I'm watching though, it just shows it like that. Now I'm not building every single part of the tutorial though and whatnot. All I'm doing is just building up the walls and the trees and the pathway and whatnot.
Sense, but anyway, with those full builds added to the bear, I think it's time to start establishing some boundaries around the bear as
We're gonna
well.
go some concrete real quick.
Center,
and I need some glowing item frames, I think.
this is going to be a red concrete archway with some fake lights in the form of item frames and chalk boxes to look like different coloured light bulbs, with some lanterns hanging off of the
So I already got the layout and stuff so of it already.
Archway as well. Really simple. And this is literally opposite the entrance to the circus. I do believe that earlier, at some point in time,
oh, just regular item frames, not glowing ones.
Some of the entrance out towards the outer part of the grid.
Oh, whoops! It's too short. It's actually too short. I did not realize it was actually too short. Yeah, I thought I built it high enough, apparently not, and because the item frames need to go like this. There we go. That's better. Better. Now I just need to grab some. No, I just need to grab. I'm just gonna grab some shulker boxes, I guess. So I need to grab some red, some yellow, some light blue, a pink, and a lime green. If it's there, that's better.
The outer part of the grid. So if you just build the archway left and right of it, make it nice and even, you really can't go too far wrong. Now, after we have made the archway, that is the only way in and out of the bear, unless, you can find a different way. I'm sure it wouldn't be too difficult. We can either dig underneath the wall or go over it. Well, or maybe take the higher balloon. We are simply...
No, we'll be skipping and stuff though, a little bit of it.
What is left placed complete.
I already got the trees in. And I did count the trees down and stuff though. Okay, so I did count the blocks and whatnot though, from the trees to the wall, and I got them all accurate.
Corner of the fair, for example, behind the burger truck and the water slide, or the actual big inflatable.
Okay, so I think adding, like, yeah, so let me just grab some bone meal and some tree saplings, which I think they're both going to be in here, I think. So I just gotta grab some, oh, okay, yep, got some bone meal. I'm gonna start heading over here. There. Now I will be placing a lot of these trees like at random points though and whatnot, like kind of like this a little bit. And then like some bone meal and whatnot. Just throughout and stuff though, kind of like this a little bit. And like the much emptier spots though. Oh yeah, that's right though, I still need to create the pathway and whatnot though. So first things first though is we're gonna need to do, oh yeah, so next things next, I'm gonna do the pathway and stuff though. So for me here, oh, and just go all the way down and whatnot. Like so. There we go. Perfect. Now, let me just check over here real quick. Yeah, it's not what I expected though, but hey, it's still good, Cam. I would still give you credit though and stuff though for still making a good swing set though, not for a swing right. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still gonna give you credit for that. And yes, Cam was the one that did build this though, which I'm not gonna lie though, is really cool. I'm not gonna lie.
It's now time for us to work on the bear's footpath.
Oh, so apparently I built that too far back.
All the way around the fair and leads us to all of the different fun attractions. There is a main ring or a square that goes all the way around the primary part of the fair, but there are also several paths.
Yeah, I built that a little too far back and stuff though.
Have one that takes us to the we have one that takes us to the fun house. We have a little path that takes us off to the side to the Helter Skelter. But we
Hold on a minute, he was going way too fast. So it's just like this. Oh wait, this one's just 2 blocks wide, I think. No, it is 3 blocks wide.
important because it takes us
And right back here would just be 2 blocks and whatnot. Until I get to like right out here though. But what I'm gonna need to do though is I'm gonna need to make a turn here though and whatnot. So basically up to like here though. So I don't want to like getting like too close to the right and whatnot. I mean, kind of like this a little bit. Even though it's a 3 block wide thing though and stuff though, I did kind of mess it up a bit though.
there is a main ring or a square that goes all the way around the primary part of the fair, but
Actually, there won't be a turn and stuff though here actually. So even though the pathway though is technically 3 blocks wide though and stuff though, I can only have it 3 blocks wide and stuff. I can only have it like technically 2 blocks wide at some points. So basically, up until like here and stuff though, it will be 2 blocks wide and whatnot. Kind of the same thing a bit over here as well though, just a little bit. Because this should be shifted over by 1 more, which I forgot to do, and I'm not going to do it though, because it's going to be more of a hassle just to frickin' do and whatnot. It's going to be so annoying. But what's this? What's in this chest? Oh, just the bow. And I thought the bow would be in this chest, but apparently not. Interesting. Anyways, now I'm going to go this way. Pretty far though, but obviously I need to make a pathway to this place over here though. If I actually got this accurate though and stuff though for this pathway, I'm gonna be in shock. No shot. No shot. How on earth did I actually do that? That's impossible. That is so impossible. I can't do that again if I tried. That is like impossible for me to do that. Now, obviously, though, for the teacups, though, I will get 3, though, for the teacups and whatnot. But as you can see though and whatnot, it needs to be like a specific length throughout like each one though and whatnot, which is gonna make it very, very, very hard to do and whatnot. But anyways though, that's besides the point. So what I'm gonna need to do though is I'm gonna go all the way down to here. And of course I did forget the shovel path, and why is there a block missing there? I don't know. So let me grab out the path block. And why is there a stair missing there? Doesn't make any sense. That just doesn't make any sense. Hold on. There we go. That's better. It's a bigger path than I needed it to be. Okay, so there we go. Now I reach the path. Wait, what now? Okay, so, oh, whoops. Yeah, so I'll have to do the pathway a little bit differently than how he does it though and whatnot. Oh, it's not there. I need to actually have it over here, though. Over here and whatnot. So it's like away from like the garbage can and whatnot. Now over here, though, I'm going to do it a little bit differently and stuff, though. Because what I'm going to do, though, is I'm actually going to add a dirt path. Oh, what the hell? That was weird. There we go. Because what I'm going to do, though, is to the food trucks, I'm going to leave a bit of a dirt path rather than a regular stone path. It's just to make it a bit easier and stuff, though. Like that. Oh my god, this annoying stick drift. Now, this is another reason why I haven't been on this, building the city and stuff, though, and whatnot. But obviously, though, the next thing I'm going to do, though, is after this episode and whatnot, I'm going to be finishing off on the road and stuff, though, as well. Now, obviously, though, this road right here, though, is not yet fully complete yet and stuff, though, so I need to finish that up as well. So, after I finish off with this and stuff, though, and whatnot. So now what we need to do, though, is we're going to need to make a pathway this way. There we go. Ah, dang it. Good thing I kept that. Block. So. Because this pathway is actually going to help me and stuff with the placement of the trees. And whatnot. Because I will put down the trees and stuff, though, And when something said I think something I said I wasn't gonna do that, but I decided against it due to the fact that because well I just wanted to add in stuff though and whatnot. So it looks like I gotta make my own custom layout then and whatnot. So basically I'm not even following the tutorial anymore. So technically that'll be the end of the tutorials and whatnot. So yeah. But I only needed the tutorials and stuff though for building the structures and whatnot. Now some of the structures though are still part of it though, while others are technically not. But I decided to not add the extra building stuff though because of how much time consuming it will be, and it'll just take up more time for the city. Which, in my opinion, though, it's just gonna make it easier and stuff though, just to do it like this and stuff. So I think it's just gonna make it easier and whatnot. Dang it. Now, should I use regular stone or smooth stone? I mean, it didn't really specify though, and since I'm technically creating my own pathway and stuff though, yeah, I'm just gonna use stone and whatnot. But obviously, what I need to do is I need to bring to these areas as well though and stuff though. That's what I also need to do. Something I probably should have done though and whatnot, but I forgot to do that and stuff though. So yeah. Now, obviously, I do have it a bit too close to the track, though, and whatnot. But, obviously, though, people would obviously know to not jump onto the track, of course. But if they don't, then technically, I'm not held responsible because I'm not them being dumb. Even though you should never do that in real life anyway, though, because of how risky it is anyways. You should always play things smart, kids and adults. You should always play things smartly. Because if you don't play things smartly, well, bad things are going to happen. That's why the phrase goes, think smarter, not harder. If you think smarter, then you'll find the right position. Then you'll find that doing something wrong is bad, and doing something good is good. But if you do something bad, but it turns out good, then that's a rare situation occurrence. I know that because I think I've done something like that in my lifetime. I don't remember. But anyways, besides that, oh yeah, I need to get to the other food truck over here. So it looks like this is already a pathway over here, though. So I just need to extend it out. So basically, this is getting a 3-block wide path. So due to how it needs to extend out and whatnot, though. There, and then now I gotta create a dirt path this way, though. Unfortunately, you know what? Come on now. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it looks like this is only going to be a single dirt path this way. Until I can figure out a way to get into the food truck and whatnot. So it looks like I can either go on this side or I can go in front of the truck, though. And I just realized that roof is still missing, which I could have sworn I finished, but I guess I didn't. There we go. It's fixed. Yeah, there might be some final adjustments I need to make, though. Oh, here's another adjustment I decided to make, though. So, for the bumper cars, I decided to use packed ice, because I did do regular ice, but the ice melted and stuff, so. Stuff like that. So I used packed ice, and I placed on some boats instead to make it look like actual bumper cars, which are way more fun, to be honest, because both Cam and Adrian both tested it, though, and they enjoyed it. So, yeah. Now, actually, I got an idea, though, for this. Actually. Oh, that's right. I still need to create a pathway and stuff to the bumper cars. Now, even though it won't look right, though, and whatnot, though. Yeah, it's not going to look right. With the double and whatnot, though. Unless I get, like, to, like, the center over here, though. But that means I have to go from, like, both directions and stuff, though, but it's going to be hard to do that and whatnot, though. There we go. Perfect. So now I'm going to line up the seating area a little bit. kind of like this. There we go. And we're going down like each pathway and stuff though, kind of like this a little bit. So you can have like a clean path and whatnot though to the seating areas and to the trash can as well. Yeah, my anxiety is a little high right now though and stuff though, causing me to kind of act like this a little bit. Hopefully it goes away momentarily, but yeah, I've been dealing with anxiety for like my entire life and stuff though, so yeah. But besides that point though and whatnot, I've been fine otherwise. Oh wait, that's exactly close to the sign though, so I need to go out one more. Now, signs, though, do a bit differently, though, with buttons. Because buttons... Because you just replace it once with the buttons, and they stay. Like normal. Unlike the signs and whatnot, though. Which are really annoying. But now what I need to do is I now need to make a pathway to the bumper cars. Which I can use stone and whatnot. I just need to clear out a pathway for it, though. So I don't know why there's these three there and whatnot. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Now, I'm thinking something actually. If it turns nighttime, though, the carnival will be closed from dusk to dawn. But with some of these, though, with some of the villages I placed, I like. Like, for example, this one has an eye patch. Because this one is technically the weaponsmith. But if you think about it, though, with some pirates, since this is a pirate ship, some pirates have eye patches. So, I don't know what coincidence that was, though, but it actually makes a whole lot of sense. Anyway, so the pathway is now finished, though, I think. No, it is not. I still need to get to the fun house. I still need to add pathways through out here, though. Which what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to have to do that right. Oh, yeah, that's right. And I still need to do the pathway and stuff, so to over here as well. There we go. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do, though, is I kind of have an idea. So, now, obviously, though, what I'm going to do, though, is oh, wait, why is there a lever there? Oh, it's to turn that on and stuff, though. So, whatnot. I don't know why, though. That's over there, though. I think that should have been sticking out a bit more, though, and whatnot, so... Here, I have a better idea. Let me get out the rails real quick. See, and it still works. I just had to make a bit of an adjustment right there. So there will be some final adjustments I make throughout this video and whatnot. Now, oh my god, that is so annoying. Lucky that when you back up that you can't hear anymore. That's at least a plus. But obviously, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to connect that to here and then that to here as well, though. So in case if someone wants to go from the ghost train to something more fun, they can. So let me just add the pathway for here. Now this one's also going to include a 3 though as well, though. So whatnot. Oh dang it. So, and from what I understand though is content creators under the age of 13 can no longer post videos. Now, I don't know if that's temporary or permanent, though. I just hope it's temporary. Because I don't think that's fair. But, unfortunately, though, it is what it is. Which really stinks, though. But, yeah. Oh my goodness. You know what, I'm just gonna stick with 2, actually, not 3. I'm just gonna stick with 2. So, and whatnot. Well, just to make it easier on myself. Now, there's technically no pathway going this way, though, and whatnot, though. And whatnot, but I'm just planning to add one, just for the heck of it. Because I kind of like want to make sure like everything is like added and stuff though, and added in and stuff though. So if in case they want to go to the final stretch of the ghost train or vice versa, they can, without having to walk all the way around and stuff though. Because I think that's going to be irritating for most people and stuff though. So yeah. Anyways, I just need to go over here though and just add this pathway. But what I'm going to do though is I'm going to add it over here though. But I need to add it to where it's like, to where it's like an actual, like, kind of bit like a pathway and what. Oh my, huh? Why is there a hole here? Why is there just a random hole here? That someone just, good thing I caught that. Because I did not notice that there before. Honest. I should probably connect it all the way around though, whatnot. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So I can have like an exit path and like an entry path. If you kind of think about it, actually, I could do that, but it's just gonna be a hassle and stuff though, whatnot, just to add it and stuff though, just to add like an exit and an entry path, though, and whatnot. Besides, it's just like a fair and stuff though. It's like a carnival. It's nothing like an actual like big amusement park though. Now Cam and Adrian did actually suggest I build another roller coaster. But unfortunately, I don't have the space to do it though. But they did give me a bit of an idea though, actually, to build another amusement park. But this time, without tutorials. So, I will actually add another amusement park though. But this one's just gonna be like a fair and stuff, and not really an actual amusement park or whatnot. Not though, but obviously though, what I'm gonna need to do though is I'm gonna need to also do the parking lot as well though, which I'm gonna use like pavement and stuff for and whatnot. Now, obviously though, I still don't have enough money and stuff though, but I still don't have enough money to actually get the roads add-on and whatnot though, which I could really use. Not gonna lie. But that also kind of defeats the purpose a little bit, though, and whatnot. But, it's worth it. Oh, yeah, that's right. I need to then make a pathway over to here, though, as well. No, it needs to be stone. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So that's all the paths and stuff, though. But, Also, the ghost train, though, is also finished, by the way, though, guys. Even though I did very little and stuff, though, on episode 10, though, with it. Oh, well, between episodes 9 and 10, though, I did a lot, though, between episodes 9 and 10. But I decided to end the tutorial using the tutorials and stuff, though, and just did it my own way. Like, up here, you think you're safe, though, until you see the blood coming over here to this dude, unfortunately, who unfortunately got hanged and stuff, though, and is upside down. And you wanna know how I did that, though? What I did, though, is, now, technically, though, he's blocked and stuff, though, by barrier blocks, as you can see, though. You don't technically only needed one, though. But the reason why he's upside down, though, is actually because of the name tag, Dinnerbone. You can turn mobs upside down with Dinnerbone. which I think is pretty funny. So I kind of use that and stuff though, so to make it look more spooky. And I added the redstone dust to make it look like blood, which makes sense a little bit. Now, anyways, though, what I need. What? What the hell? Why is it just random salt here? That doesn't make any sense. That's weird. Very weird. Anyways. Yeah, as you can see here, yeah. Well, when I built this, though, and stuff, though, oh, yeah, that's right. I need to get a pathway to this one as well, though. Since the front of it's over here. That reminds me. I nearly forgot about that, actually, not gonna lie. There we go. Because it's weird that you can't do certain things on Java Edition that you can on Bedrock Edition, though, and whatnot, which I'm a little confused by, but not really that confused and stuff, though, since they're two different versions of Minecraft. But obviously, though, we still got the nostalgia and stuff, so I do plan on continuing at some point. I just don't know exactly when yet, but I will continue it, though, and stuff, though. Now, obviously, what I'm going to need to do, though, is just to kind of clear out this space a little bit, though, and whatnot. I'm probably going to add something. I just don't know what exactly. But I also need to create a pathway and stuff around this as well, though. So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add a bit of a thing over here, which is going to look like this. And then I need to do the same thing over here. A little bit. All the way around. So it's gotta be 2 blocks, though. Now, how do I have it exactly? I have it to where it does rest on the end rod. Okay. This will be the area of where people will actually stand and stuff, though. So, just to play this game. Placing the block. Stop trying to place the block. I'm trying to. This is literally the pain and suffering I have to deal with when I'm playing creative mode and whatnot, though. Which obviously, though, it's not really pain and suffering, though. It's not that painful, though. It's not even suffering at all, though. I'm just exaggerating. And whatnot, though. I tend to do that a lot. I tend to exaggerate a lot. There we go, and there we go. Perfect. So, now what I could do is I could kind of like make a pathway from over there to over here as well, though, but, yeah, I'm basically kind of making this bit of like a maze a little bit. You know what that reminds me of? I can make a corn maze! Now that's an idea for like another attraction stuff I can make for the city, is a corn maze. Now technically this corn maze I can't have to put in quotes because there's no actual corn in the game. Well, there is corn though, but I would need to use bushes and stuff though, like leaves and stuff though, just to make it the maze and stuff though. Now obviously though, like I'm gonna be kind of making it like an actual corn maze in real life that I know a place. I know an actual place in the state I live in the state of Pennsylvania. I've been there a few times, growing up and stuff though, but I haven't been there in like years. So hopefully I could try to go again this year and stuff though, hopefully, but it obviously all depends. Now, even though yes, my girlfriend is religious, she is religious. Her religion does not support Halloween, but she says I could still celebrate Halloween, which I am very thankful for, actually, saying that I could still celebrate certain holidays that her religion cannot handle, she does not support, which is something I never expected, but I'm not taking it for granted. I'm taking it as being thankful for it. Anyways, oh yeah, I was going to connect this pathway over here to this pathway over here. Ah, damn it. There we go. And then I'm going to need to make a pathway through here that actually is going to be 3 blocks wide as well, though. Because even though technically have a pathway to this thing already, though. There we go. So what I want to do is I want to kind of get it matched up with this over here, which somehow I did again. What is up with this? What is up with this crazy, weird luck that I keep getting? There we go. Now it should be all the paths. Let me just take a peek. I mean, it looks like it's all the pathways and whatnot, though. But I could now. Oh, that reminds me. I gotta cover up that redstone. That reminds me. Now, even though in the tutorial it doesn't cover up the redstone and whatnot, though, I'm gonna need to cover up that redstone. So let me grab out some. What is it? Should I do yellow or blue? I'm gonna do. No, not reinforced door. So let me just stick all of this back in my inventory. I'll then grab out some yellow and blue concretes. It's just so like it's just so I don't have to look at this redstone. It's just so people don't have to look at this redstone contraction and whatnot, though. It's just so like, because when I think of looking at redstone, though, I think they're gonna see how it works, though, and whatnot, though, and they're probably going to destroy it and whatnot, which I do not want to happen. And I figured out a trick, though. In order for the redstone to still work, it's got to be a block above it, though, I think. There we go. And then let me just test it real quick, though, just to make sure it still works. But I got to hit it right on the bullseye, so I got to do it. Okay, it still works. That's good. It still works. I heard it. Okay, so now that it still works, which is a good thing, that is a very good thing, and I did not know you could actually waterlog, I did not realize you could actually waterlog, ladders. That is actually something that's new. Because normally when you place ladders underwater, they break. And, like, normally, though, so, yeah. That's what really surprised me. Now, I'm gonna need to connect this path to that path over there, so whatnot. Or maybe if I just connect it up to this path over here, though. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Ah, dang it. And then I'm probably gonna add something in here, though, like in like a later episode or something like this. Because what I want to do is I kind of want to add some like more structures, though, a little bit. So before I like finish up with the trees and stuff, though, and whatnot, okay, for like some of the areas, though, and stuff, though, like, so okay, so here, okay, so kind of like this area right here, though, it's just gonna have like grass in it, though, and whatnot, like over here. There we go. Then kind of like over here a little bit too. Gonna have some grass. Also over here, microwave in the background. Just ignore that. My brother's making lunch. So kind of like a bit like over there is gonna have some. Is gonna have that. What else? So I'm probably gonna add something in here as well. Probably not. I don't know yet. But what I want to, because I'm done following the tutorial for now on, though, and obviously though. Actually, you know what gives me an idea? Actually. And this is also true, though. This is also true. I kind of have, like, another idea, though, and stuff, though, for, like, another tutorial, though, I can do. Because I can only have one tutorial out at the moment, though, which I want to do the maze and stuff, so forth, though, but I just keep forgetting about it, though. I still have the world. Don't worry. I still have the world. I didn't delete it. I still have the world. Because what I want to do, though, is, like I said, I will do the maze. I just haven't gotten a chance to do that yet because, well, finding a job is, like, stressful and whatnot, and I really need to find a job so I can start earning money. And me having a job at this point, though, is, like, very, very desperate now because I'm running low on cash. But obviously, though, my mom knows understands the situation, and she knows that finding the first job is difficult, and she's already aware of that. So she knows that I'm gonna have a hard time finding a job now. But she understands and whatnot, so that's at least a win for me. I'll take that as a win rather than a loss, so whatnot. But for like these like smaller patches of grass though, whatnot though. So like the smaller patches and stuff though, like around the rides and stuff though, I'm gonna have like, okay, so like over there, so I'm probably gonna add something in that corner. Over here, I'm probably gonna add something. Probably not. Probably make a few trees or something. I don't know yet. But for something like there and there, there's gonna definitely be something there. Like definitely, that's like a definite spot though. Now in between this roller coaster, okay, I do see a minecart here that is stuck. So okay, so it looks like that minecart did get stuck, though. Okay, yeah. On the turns, though, it goes very, 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 very slow. Oh, dang it. I just destroyed the truck a little bit. Whoops, my bad. Let me just repair it real quick. And I'm gonna add some speed boosts in here as well, though, a little bit. Just a few, though. I'm not gonna add any more speed boosts. It's just gonna take a lot more time and a lot more like of time and stuff, though. Well, around these turns, though, and stuff, though, I could make it speed up a little bit, though, just around the turns, and though. Probably not. I don't know yet, so I'm gonna keep the rail in my inventory just in case. Now, for this game, though, and whatnot, though, I'm gonna need to add more stone, though. It's gonna be another 3. It's gonna be another 3 and stuff, though. Where the fishing rod is in the dead center. Now, some of these, though, are gonna be a bit longer than the others because of how I built this path, though, and whatnot. And this is gonna be very short and stuff, though. Like that. There we go. Perfect. So now, what I'm gonna need to do, because now like I said, this is just gonna be episode 11. I'm probably gonna do episode 12 right after, and see what I can try to figure out I can do and whatnot to this fair before I actually move on to the road. Because according to the tutorial though and stuff though, he did add some other stuff though and whatnot. But obviously, like for me though, it's gonna be a bit different though, due to the fact that because well, I'm doing mine like I only use the tutorial and stuff though, just for the just for like the constructions and stuff of the structures and the pathways a little bit though. But I decided to do the pathways my own way and whatnot though, just to make it easier on myself. But what now we're going to need to do, though, is I'm now going to make a pathway like this. So a little bit. Oh, whoops. Okay, I actually destroyed that path a little bit. Because each pathway, though, is supposed to be 3 blocks wide. But the way I did the construction, though, yeah, that didn't work as planned, unfortunately. So, yeah, unfortunately, it did not go as planned, and yeah, I messed up big time. A little. Now this path is going to be 3 though, not 4. It's a 3. Now the reason why this one's going to be 3 though is because it's going to obviously. Now I don't know why this one. No, to be honest. Now the reason why this one's going to be 3 though is because I'm going to add a little bit something else. So. Over here though, like right next to the dunk tank, though a little bit. So actually, because since this one's technically 2 blocks long though, and this one's going to be 3, I need to add something else over here though, right next to the dunk tank. So, or what I could do is I could have like a pathway going this way though, right next to the dunk tank, and then just have like something small, like a few benches. That's it. I can add a few benches over here in this area. Because why have a park without benches? Or a carnival or a fair or something. Because I just realized something though. And this is also the truth as well though. what I'm actually going to do, though, is I'm going to... Now, like I said, though, I'm just building off these... Now, I'm going to design more pathways and whatnot, though, just for the heck of it. But for something like this right here, though, I'm probably going to, I need to think. So we do have food trucks and stuff, though. We do have that stuff. But, But what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to destroy this path right here. And just connect up from this pathway. It's just gonna look better and stuff though. Because then I can technically just add another one of these over here, but just do a different color. That's all. Because now, obviously, though, what I should have done though was just a block though and stuff though for the hammer. But when I think of a hammer, I think of I think of a lightning rod and an anvil. Because if you turn it upside down, which I can't do it though because I don't know how to edit, unfortunately. If you think about it though, what you can do is you can actually turn it upside. If you turn it, so let me just stare at this real quick. If you turn your screen upside down without the screen flipping, you can see it'll look like a hammer a little bit. Even though the lightning rod's supposed to be on the bottom though, because the hammer has because the top of the anvil is supposed to be the hammer part though. Unfortunately, you cannot make an upside down anvil. Unless if you use dinner bone. I've actually never tried that actually. Does dinner bone work on blocks like the anvil? Oh, new Minecraft myth unlocked. Does the anvil turn upside down when you name it dinner bone? Now that is a new Minecraft myth I just came up with. What are the odds? Anyways. Hold on a minute, guys. I have to shoot someone a text real quick. Not actually shoot somebody though, cause not like that though. There we go. Okay, so I just shot my text. Now, obviously, though, I'm going to be redoing, like, some of these areas and whatnot, though. So, like, right here, though, I'm probably going to have, actually, I just got myself a better idea. I'm going to get rid of this path here, because I'm going to make a pavilion. Because I do know, like, some fairs actually having pavilions and whatnot, though, and others not, though. I know, like, I know amusement parks have pavilions and whatnot, though. But for right now, though, I will create a pavilion and stuff, though, for, like, this area right here, though, and whatnot. But, obviously, though, I will need to do that at some point, though. It's not going to be done in this episode, because all I'm mainly focusing about, though, is just creating off the pathways and just adding some decorative stuff, though, and whatnot. So like I said, right here it's going to be a pavilion, which I'm going to make and stuff, though, as well. So, which I will probably make a tutorial about, though, and stuff, though, probably not, but it is what it is. So now what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to take the bone meal, I'm going to then place it all along this grass right here, though. On this empty grass right here, though. I'm also going to do it around this circus tent as well, though. So, just so it can give, like, a bit more atmosphere and stuff, though. So, whatnot. Because when I think of a circus tent, I think of, like, having, like, grass around it and whatnot. So, you know, even though the tutorial doesn't say to add it, though, I'm still going to add in stuff, though. Well, I don't think it tells me to add it, though. I don't know. My brain is fried. And, oh, that's right, though. I need to make a pathway to the swinging ride as well, though. So what I'm gonna need to do, what I could do now, obviously, though, I will add some benches and stuff though, just so people, just so in case if people get tired and stuff though, they have places to sit. Okay, I will make sure I add those and stuff though, just to make it fair and stuff though. No pun intended for this being like a fair carnival kind of thing and whatnot. I did not mean I did not mean to make a pun out of that, but I did anyway. Anyways, so now obviously though. So obviously for like right here though, there's gonna definitely be some trees and whatnot though, and whatnot there. There's definitely gonna be trees there, definitely. There we go. Nice. So for like bigger areas and stuff though, like I'm gonna need to like make some like extra areas and stuff though, whatnot, just to kind of make this more enthusiastic and like as cool as possible. Now obviously though, I will need to continue adding some trees real quick though and whatnot. So I'll stick a tree here, I'll stick a tree over here, I'll stick a tree here. Ooh. Then I'll just start planting some more grass around this and whatnot, though. I'll then stick another tree right here, another tree over here. Oh, wait, was I supposed to fill the back end like that? I don't know. I don't think I was. Oh, well, though. Anyways, though, I'll stick another tree here. I'll stick a tree right here. Because if it turns like that, and if it turns into like a multi-tree, which are the trees I don't really like though and stuff though, but they do give more wood and stuff though. So like that, so that's at least a plus. Now I'm probably not gonna add a hot air balloon though and whatnot. Now through the middle here though and stuff though, I don't know what I'm gonna add though and whatnot though, because it looks too bland in the middle here. I'm probably just gonna add like a few trees and that's really it though. Kind of make it look like you go into a bit like a forest a little bit. Like that, for example. But if you look closely, though, it kind of digs into the purpose, though, of, like, the track, though, a little bit. But at least it doesn't go on top of the track. That's at least a plus side. A little bit, at least. And I'll just add one more tree. Like, right over here, right? This seems like a good spot, though. Yes, it is a good spot. Nice. And then we just gotta add, and then we just gotta bone meal the rest of this grass and whatnot. Then I'll add another tree like right here. Ow! Dang it! It grew on top of me. Whatever though. I still crawled out of it pretty safely. And then add like another tree here and another tree over here. There we go. Now over here, now I'm just gonna go like all the way around this and stuff though. So kind of like this a little bit. There we go. Because what I'm gonna need to do though is I'm gonna need to leave a bit of a pathway and stuff though. So from here. So let me just add the 2 blocks I need. Going out this way though. Then it's gonna go out a little bit. And then it's gonna continue going this way. Until it gets to like over here, because it's gonna turn again. And then it's going to continue this way and stuff though. So like this. Oh my goodness, oh, I keep forgetting I have the extra food add-on activated. Because I'm gonna add something like else over here though and whatnot though. I'm definitely gonna be adding something else. I just don't know what I'm gonna be adding yet though. So for right now though, that's just gonna remain like that for right now. I don't like, you know, ugh, that looks ugly. I just realized though that that path actually looks really ugly and stuff though. So what I need to do though is I kind of need to make it a bit straighter and whatnot though. So I gotta get rid of this bush that little fern bush right there. There we go. Perfect. Now that's better and stuff though, because obviously, because then we're going to need to do those. I'm now going to need to kind of like add something in here though, which I'm just going to add like a few trees. Like I'm going to add like a tree here, a tree over here, and a tree like over here. Oh, not 2 trees. A tree like right here. As long as they don't grow too high and stuff though, to the point where it covers the pathway and whatnot though. Like this one. This one came so close to the pathway though, but not exactly at the pathway. Now, obviously though, I will like add benches and stuff though at like the very, very end of me constructing this. Oh no, there's a beehive. Get that out of here. Now, what I'm also going to do though is I'm also going to create a pathway from there over to here. So, I will do that as well. So probably shouldn't have done it exactly here though, but whatever. There we go. So I'm definitely going to be adding something in this corner over here though. So let me just connect these up real quick. Because in this episode, though, it's just working on, like, the pathways and a little bit of the grass area and whatnot, though. But so for right now, though, so for right now, it's looking pretty good so far, though. I just need to add some more bone meal and stuff to just certain areas, though. So, like, kind of like over here a little bit, though. I can add some, like, grass over here for right now. Just nothing over here yet and stuff though, and nothing by the hammer at all. Oh, what the hell? What's this? Red grapes? Interesting. But obviously though, what I need to do is I'm actually going to create a bit of a path around the, right now I'm going to do a little bit of a path right here though. Right here though, including around the hammer as well. Kind of like this a little bit, you know? And then I could kind of do the same thing, like, over here, though, as well, though. So I did 1, 2, 3. No, I did 4. 4. Then I did this. And then I did this. Kind of like this a little bit. Yeah, and then what I'm going to need to do, though, is I'm going to need to grab another anvil. Stick it right there. It's just so I can get the hammer and stuff, though. It's just so I can... Now, what I'm going to do, though, is I'm actually going to replicate this exact one, though, and stuff, though. But have it mirrored a little bit. Because what I want to do, though, is I kind of want to make 2, though, and stuff, though. Where 1 is, like, a different color, of course, though. So this one I'm going to make, like, a light... So this one, since I have a red, though, I'm actually going to make a light blue one now and whatnot. So, yeah. Hold on, it's actually only 2 blocks wide, though, actually, come to think of it. So this block doesn't need to go there. But it does need to go up like this, though, a little bit. But it also goes back one more, though, so... So the line's going to go up like this, though, actually. Well, this one doesn't go there, but this also goes up, too. Like that a little bit. So I'm just going to construct this real quick, though, and stuff, though. A little bit, though, just so I can, like... Because all I really wanted to do, though, is I wanted to make sure that I can actually, like, have this set, though, and whatnot, though. And then I can just, kind of, like, bone meal, like, the rest of this a little bit, though, and whatnot. Now, luckily for me, though, it does not go on path blocks, though, and it also does not go on grass blocks, apparently. There we go. Perfect. So now I just need to add smooth quartz stairs real quick. Here they are. There we go. And then now I just need to add the detector rail. I need to add some walls, some buttons, and some signs. So the signs are birth signs. But